Next time you go to the vet, you need to pay attention to certain things. I came across this document that we are going to thoroughly go through today. Now, like many of you, I go to the vet anytime my dog or cat needs treatment or there's something wrong with them, and you will be the same. So it's very, very important that you go through a mental checklist to check whether your vet is having your pet's best interest at heart or whether they are actually missing out on something. Now, as I was saying before, I came about this document online and I want to share it with you. So this is about Pickle, and this will be very, very important for you if your dog or cat has a history of allergies. Now, Pickle here has a medical history, and we have suspected allergies and a hernia noted in January 2024. Pickle got a previous healthy checkup in November 2023 with suspected allergies. I want you to remember that. Lameness and excessive licking reported in November 2024, and a history of limping on the right rear leg. Possible arthritis in the right stifle here, and the dog had hair loss between toes due to allergies. Allergies is the recurring theme here. Managed with allergy injections, Cytopoint, and oral Apoquel for itching. So the dog is already on Cytopoint and Apoquel, maybe at the same time, we don't know. So the list of questions this vet is going through has me in a bit of a knot, really. So how has Pickle been feeling overall since her last visit? That's sort of like observational, and it's okay. When did you first notice the lameness or limping in Pickles' legs? Now, when it gets really, really interesting is when the vet has here noted, have there been any recent changes in Pickles' environment or routine? And this is a really important point, because anytime your dog or cat has a change of environment, that can trigger certain allergies or certain reactions to a new environment, new furniture, if you have moved into a new house or flat, for example. So that's really important and really thumbs up from the vet. So this is really quite something you need to pay attention to. Have you noticed any changes in Pickles' appetite or water intake? And this is something you need to be paying attention to as well. And we then have some checklists or possible side effects observationally from the medications the dog is on. Now, the checklist here misses something that really infuriates me. So, ask about Pickles' overall health, confirm onset and details of lameness, inquire about changes in limping severity, check for patterns in limping occurrence, confirm current status of excessive licking, discuss any environmental or routine changes, inquire about new or recurring symptoms, review response to current medications, and check for medication side effects. Now, the one thing that is lacking completely, and not even a note, not even a mention, not even nothing, is what is Pickle eating? Is there something in Pickles' food or Pickles' treats that might be causing the allergies, that might be causing the dog to have to go back to the vet to get more treatments, to get more Cytopoint, to get more Apoquel, to get on this carousel of more and more treatments and this endless loop? So there is nothing here, there is no discussion, there is no scope whatsoever for food. There's no scope whatsoever for any dietary requirements to discuss food with the vet. There is nothing. There is absolutely nothing. There is a lot of talk here and a lot of notes here regarding medication side effects, regarding Cytopoint, regarding Apoquel, regarding maybe the environment. It could be the environment. But let me tell you something. In our branches, whenever people come in, 95% of cases get solved with nutrition, with food. The dog is allergic or reactive to one or several ingredients in the dog's food. So it's a lot better, in our opinion, to treat any allergies from a food, from a dietary standpoint, than to spend more money on Cytopoint or Apoquel or any other medications. And by the way, if you are curious about what the best dog food is for your dog, you can download a free guide how to feed your dog better. It's free. You can click in the link below. So there is something here very, very concerning in my opinion, because you can go to the vet, you can spend a lot of money, you can be directed in a certain path, you can be put on different medications, you can be recommended certain treatments, you can be explained about environmental allergies, you can discuss shampoos, or we can discuss whatever. But for a vet to not even get a mention or make a comment about what is pickle eaten. Is pickle eaten a bunch of garbage food? And that is the very root, the very cause of these atopic dermatitis, of the itchiness, of the hair loss in between the toes due to allergies. How can we get the dog off of medication? How can we get the dog to stop taking Apoquel? How can we get the dog to stop taking this Cytopoint all the time? How can we get the dog on a more holistic path? And I sort of hate that term sometimes because it doesn't mean what I want it to mean, which is a more sensible approach to this whole thing. Well, I'll tell you why that's not an issue. That's why that doesn't get a mention. If you think about it, the corporatization of vets in the past few years has been absolutely tremendous. There are just a few players that fix prices, that tell you what you need to pay, that tell you what you need to do. Think of an oligopoly. Think of your favorite supermarket and supermarkets around you. Think about whenever you need to go for petrol or gas. If you're in America, the prices will be very, very similar. Most of these big industries are oligopolies, and they can charge whatever they want. And one of the things that the veterinary industry gets very, very wrong is nutrition. Nutrition by vets, and the knowledge about nutrition is absolutely dismal. They know very little about dogs and cats' diets. They don't even mention diets sometimes. They don't even have that conversation. They don't have even the note to have the conversation about that. If I am talking to a diabetic, the first thing I need to ask them is what their lifestyle is. What the hell they are eating. What are you eating? Are you eating McDonald's? Are you eating KFC? Are you eating fast food? Are you eating refined sugars? Are you eating too much? Are you still overweight? If you are still overweight and still eating junk food, and you are overeating and you are over-consuming calories, highly palatable, caloric dense foods like certain kibbles, I'm not even going to discuss other things. I'm going to tackle that problem first, and then we can discuss medication, and then we can discuss this, that, or the other. But for the veterinary industry to completely disregard nutrition, the role of nutrition, to maybe check for an elimination diet, and for the vet to maybe say to you, hey, some of the most common allergens in pet food are wheat, beef, chicken, corn, barley, soy, meat and animal derivatives, natural flavors, because those are unspecific, animal fats that are unspecific. So we want to find a rare source of protein, high in leucine, for example, and let's get into that debate and that conversation about nutrition. No. We are going to discuss Apoquel and Cytopoint because that's the most important thing. Instead of checking what sugary treats might pickle be eaten, we aren't going to talk about that. What we are going to talk about is more and more treatments. Let's keep those checks in from the insurance provider, or let's keep on having you back at the vet every now and then to buy more treatments, to buy more Cytopoint, to buy more Apoquel. That is not the right way to do things. And if you're a vet, you should totally know better. You should at least discuss, you should at least touch on the idea that diet might be correlated with allergies, because you have a duty of care towards your patients. And do let me know, please, please, please let me know of your stories down below, because the more people hear about these stories, the more you are going to be able to change an industry, and the more you are going to be able to put the problem on the map. And we are trying to get the word out about all these things that are extremely important and are costing pet parents thousands and thousands of dollars every single day, and they are completely oblivious to the fact that a lot of these allergies and a lot of these conditions can be solved with nutrition.